morning. Say good morning. Say good morning there, girlfriend. Hi, everyone. It's Rita from Miss Rita to the Rescue here for today's Cricut Chat with Miss Rita. Um, Normally we do freebie Fridays, but because I'm still talking to Cricut I'm looking for some directions on a new like initiative that they've made. I figured we would just substitute something that I made from Design Space first here today, and hopefully Freebie Fridays will be back. But today we're going to do this really cute Ladybug Hello Love card that I cooked up in Design Space. Now I want to talk a little bit today about Cricut Access, and I want to refer back to the Apple Blossom card that I made, because someone is reporting that there was a cost associated with it, and I had to go back and look at it. So generally speaking, when I am using Cricut images, I generally speaking use images that are free if you have Cricut Access. How do you know if you have how do you know that it's free? Let me show you. So when you're opening a let's save this. When you're opening a project that someone has shared with you, or in my case, I'm going to open a project that I created, I click on it, and instead of that nice dialogue that you normally see from a Cricut project, you'll see mine here, and there's me. That's me. And I actually have a profile in Design Space. Let's click on my name and see how many followers I have in the community. So let's see if it's going to click me back. All right. So I have 409 followers on Cricut Community. I have done nothing to make that happen. And I have shared 163 projects here, you see. So anyway, when I look at where is it? This one, the Apple Blossom card. I did notice that I did use some Cricut Access and also free images, okay? But I did also use some two images, the lace doily and this thinking of you down here, are not Cricut Access images. So if you are going to make this and you do not have Cricut Access, then you have a choice to make. You can either if you were going to make this and you have Cricut Access, but you don't want to pay the money for the project, right? You would have to do a couple of things. So this is the project that I shared 2 days ago. So what I want to do is kind of show you how you would have to get rid of it. So right here, you see I have to replace the doily, and also thinking of you. I'm going to have to replace. Now, this is interesting. This is a font that I used. But when I shared this with you, I actually was talking about print and cut. So let me just show you how you'd have to go about and change it. So we're going to hit customize. And this image is not part of Cricut Access. And this writing is not part of Cricut Access. This get well soon, happy birthday. And then this thinking of you, just this thinking of you, is not. So a quick and easy way to get rid of a huge amount of the cost is just to eliminate these tags altogether. Now you have to talk about, so ungroup this, and we're going to unflatten thinking of you, and let's go and find a thinking of you that is part of Cricut Access. thinking of you. And also remember, I purchased a lot of images before I became an Access member. So sometimes I forget that I did purchase those things, and I end up with images there that I purchased thinking they're part of Access and they're not. Okay, so here, this one here, so you see here, there's the thinking of you. It doesn't have the A here. So when it has an A, it means it's from Cricut Access, which means if you have that, then you don't have to worry about paying per image. And I've talked a lot about Cricut Access and how wonderful it is. It's a monthly payment plan, not payment, it's a monthly subscription plan where you get all of these images, and there are tons and tons of images and fonts. And I think the folks at Cricut are trying to make it easy for people to come and use those images. So that's, I think that's a good point that somebody made to me. So here, this one is thinking of you is not a freebie, but this thinking of you is. So I'm just going to substitute it. I'm going to change the color though. Let's see what color. Oh, I know what I have to do. I'm going to ungroup it and get rid of these layers that I don't want. Now I can change the color to, I don't know, like a purpley. No, maybe like this gray. All right. Thinking of you. And then once you have that, select these two and flatten it. Okay. So now we've taken care of everything except for the doily. So let's go back to images and we are going to search for doily. And there are plenty of doilies in Design Space that are part of Access. I just happened to choose one that wasn't. So here are all the doilies that are available. And there's some, like for instance, this one here is real cute, and it's similar to the one I'm using with the Ladybug. So I want something that's kind of really feminine and, I don't know, similar to the one that I did before. Let's see. How about this one? This one's very similar, and it's got a lot of those little cuts, going to make it look really elegant. So let's pull this one in. Now remember what we did with this is we sliced it. So we'll do the same thing here. Okay. So let's resize it to fit. And this is about the right size. I think it's 3 3/4. And then I'm going to get a shape. I'm going to get my square shape. And I'm going to cut at sort of at a little to the right of halfway. So now I have my square shape. I'm going to select all of this and hit slice. By hitting slice, I'm taking away half of this, and I can just dump those. And I'm going to change this to white. Now I'm going to resave this, and I'm going to share this to Cricut Design Space, because now it doesn't use anything that would cost you any money. Isn't that great? So I'm going to save this, and then I will go back to Canvas. I'm sorry, I'll go back to my projects, and I will choose over here the share button. Now I already made it public in Design Space, so I'm not really sure. So I'm going to actually turn it off and then turn it on again. and I'm going to then copy the link because I want to make sure that I'm sharing the proper one. So I will go ahead to my Design Space. I'm sorry, to my Facebook page, and I also go to YouTube and I'll share it there. Okay. So that it was that card. This card today is similar in that it has a doily, and I found some cutesy images that I want to use, but all of the images that I used are part of Cricut Access. So you see here, they have the A, or if they don't have the A, they're free. So circle's free and the ladybug's free. I'm sorry, ladybug's access, circle and the square are free. And these are access ones. Okay. So let me show you how I created this card. And then we'll put it together. So I was thinking I really love summertime bugs like ladybugs, butterflies, um, dragonflies, what else? Bumblebees and things like that. So I really felt like I needed to have a ladybug um card because I hadn't made one in a while, and or it's I don't think ever. So let me show you how I made this. First I want to go and find myself a ladybug. So let's go over to images and type in ladybug. So this is a really cute card just to say hi, hi, how you doing? And here we are. There's a lot of ladybugs. And what you'll notice over here is this ladybug and this ladybug are basically the same. One's facing one way and the other's facing the other. And then plus one's pink and one's red. But I wanted to stick with main color themes here. So I picked the red one. And I'll show you a little trick about how they're facing. So this bug is facing to the left. But if you ever want to switch it to face to the right, there's a little known thing called flip. It's right up here. Right up here. See that? Flip. And you can flip something horizontal. So by clicking on flip horizontal, I can make my ladybug go to the right instead of the left. So that's sort of your choice, what you want to do. Now, this ladybug is a little more complicated than I want to deal with. And that's because she has these little like apples in her cheeks. And the let me just hide this here. She has the apples in her cheeks, and you can't really tell, but the red are just two different colors. So I'm going to do a few things. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hide these apples in their cheeks because I think that it looks just fine this way. Then I'm going to the color sync option. That's right up here. See, there's layers and there's color sync. Okay. And you see that the cheeks are a different color than the other red. So we're going to just move it, move those little cheek circles into the red. So now we have 3 colors instead of 4. And sometimes when these are so tiny, it really does make a difference. If you were working, say, on your Joy, it's a little easier to handle all those little bits of of things. So here I have is my ladybug, and I want to kind of feature her on the card right at the front. In fact, I put together and I used my little pop dots to make them sort of stand out. Okay. So I'm gonna go and grab a circle as a first thing because I want to sort of frame my ladybug. Now at this point, size doesn't matter because you can resize after the fact. But let's start and make this circle white. And let's go up here to arrange and send it back. And what you do want to care about is proportion. So in this case, I think the circle's a little bit too big for my ladybug. I want to make it slightly smaller. You see that? And in fact, if her or his or whatever, I suppose there are male ladybugs, right? if the little antennae are creeping out the side, that's fine by me. I think that's going to make it look a little more endearing. So this works for me, this little circle. I'm just making slight changes to it, but I want to frill it up. So I'm going to go and get a shape. Now this is part of Cricut Access. It's included with the subscription. Here's a scallop circle. Let's grab that. And let's introduce a new color here. I'm going to change this scallop circle to yellow because I think yellow would look really cute with this. And we're going to arrange that in the back. Again, remember, we're going to be thinking about proportion and not actual size. So I kind of like that the scallop circle looks like a sun. But I want to make sure my circle is covering up most of that circle and you only seeing like the scalloped edges around it, you see? So let's put our ladybug back. This is starting to look really cute, but hey, let's go over the top. Let's gild this lily, and let's go to images and choose doily again, since we were doing doilies before. So I want to show you something about working with doilies. So I want something that's pretty detailed. And I'm trying to remember where it is that I chose. This always happens to me, and I apologize. So there's, oh, this is the one. This is the one. So let's grab this one. Look at how detailed that is. Now we're not going to need all that detail because it's going to go below the bug and the circle and the scallop. Okay. So we're going to we're worrying about proportion. So let's go ahead and arrange this to the back and make sure that that is showing enough. So this is showing some, but not as much as I want. So I'm going to have to I'm sort of hiding most of this and just getting the size right. Okay. So this is about what I want. And I'm going to do one more thing here. First up, well, actually, I'm going to change the color. Let's do red. And now I'm going to get rid of all this stuff on the inside. I only want the doily, the punch out edges. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going down to contour. This is contour, okay? And it will take a second for the contours to show up. So what is contour? Contour is just a cut out of one image. So you can only contour a single layered image. That's one thing. And the other thing is that you can contour out anything you want, except you have to leave one contour in, because otherwise you should just delete the image if you don't want to see the image. Okay. So what you're going to do is choose hide all contours first. Now this hides everything except for that outline here. And then we're going to go around and we're going to click on these, just the edges. Now as I'm doing it, you'll see them appear over here, and here you go. And sometimes this can be a frustrating thing to work with. I think they're probably going to improve it, but this is, it is what it is. We got to work at the ones that we have. Sometimes when you're doing on the iPad, it becomes a little easier because you're just touching with your finger. But on the desktop, you do have to use your mouse. But you can see over here that I'm adding those pieces there. And I'm almost done here. So when I'm done, I'm going to X out of it and see, I now just have the edges of that doily. So again, proportion. So here's what it's going to look like. I really like that. Maybe make this ever so slightly smaller. And that's going to be the focal point of my card. I'm going to group it together. Now I'm going to make the card and think about the sentiment on the outside. Okay. So the card's easy to make. We're just going to go to shapes and pick up a square. And then we'll go back to shapes and pick up the free score. All right. So here's the score. Here's the shape. And we're going to ungroup this shape and we'll make it, let's do it a larger size card. So we'll make it 10 inches wide by 7 inches tall. That will folded make a 5 by 7 inch card. Now, I think what I'd like to do is to make this card black because we often just use white, but I want to make sure that the black is actually black and not gray. See, the Ladybug has this features that show the face, and that's kind of in a gray. So it's assigned that color to it. So I'm just going to move it to black. Okay. Then I'm going to take my score line. I'll stretch it to be 7 inches high, or I can just change here, you see. And I'm going to select both of these and I am going to go to align and do center. Okay. Now, I don't know if you can see it, but there is my score line right there. I need to attach the score line. So I have to come down here and choose that paper clip attach. So this is going to be my actual card. And clearly, my Ladybug is way too big for the actual card. So I am now going to worry about size. So that way, once I've grouped it, I can sort of fiddle around with size. Now, I had two things in mind here. I thought, well, if I just did it like this, then I could put a sentiment on the bottom, which is what I did on this. But then I thought, well, maybe it does need a mat as well. And so I did cut out a mat for the one that I'm putting together. So let me show you how to add a mat. We're just going to go to shapes again, choose our square again. Let's change the color to, I don't know, let's change it to white. Maybe we're going to use some patterned paper for this, but I am just opening it up so that it is about 1/4 of an inch all around the size. So remember, the size is folded is 5 by 7, right? So I'm going to make it like 4.7, and then the height I will make 6 and a, let's see, 6 and 3/4. That makes sense. So there's my mat, which I can choose to cut out through with patterned paper. All right. Now I'm going to use arrange, but I'm going to just choose send backward. So that way, you can, this is just arrange is a way of like just arranging your images so you can see it better on the screen. Okay. Now it needs a sentiment, and I don't know. I thought, hello, love. I thought that was kind of a cute little sentiment. So let's go and look for the word love, and let's go and look for the word hello. So let's look for hello. Now, one of the tricks that designers use when they're making cards or whatever is they use an image or a one of their lines is in block letters and the other is in script. So we're going to follow that because it's going to look much more professional. So let's choose this one. It's a block letter, says hello. And now we're going to go and look for a scripting of love. So we're going to choose love. We type in love. and we're going to find something that's really scripted and sort of flowy. So I like this one, but there are parts of this image that I don't want. Like I don't want these little hearts. So I'm going to choose this one, and we're going to add both to our canvas. Okay, so there are two images. We've got hello and we've got love. I think because there's a lot of black, I'm going to change this hello to be red. All right. And then this love, let's get rid of the extra hearts first. So I'm going to contour out all of the hearts just by clicking on them. All right. Now you will see this is a cutout image. So I want the reverse of this. It's a little hard to explain, but I just want the love as an image, not the cutout. So I'm going to go over here to images. No, I'm sorry, shapes. And I'm going to choose my favorite, the square. If it ever shows up. Come on, square. Come on. Well, it's not coming up. So here's what I'll do instead. I'll take this image and duplicate it. And now I'm going to contour out everything. And now you see there's my love. And then there is the contour around it, or the offset around it. I will put them both together and align it to center. And then I'm going to slice. When I slice, I peel away the layers, and now I have love by itself, which I'm going to change the color of. So let's see, what did I change the color? I changed this to white. You can change it whatever color you want, but I changed it to white, and then I decided that wasn't going to work with my mat, so I chose the image again, and then I did offset. Now I realize there are other ways around this that I'm showing you, but this is the way I do it. So, there will be other people that, offer suggestions on ways to do it. This is just the way I do it. You can do it any way you like. If you do it differently, that's fine. So I'm just going to align center and then group it, and then I can start worrying about the size. The hello seems a little lost. So again, I'm going to go to shapes, but this time I'm going to choose the rounded edge triangle. And here we go. We're going to ungroup this, unlock this. And I want to make sort of just kind of a piece that is going to arrange, send to the front. Okay, that's just going to be kind of like a little bit of a matting for this. Now, my trick that I always use here with these little letters is I cut out of vinyl. So I'm going to show you that. So I'm going to give it a little bit of a background and resize this a little bit. All right. It seems a little long. So let's do this. Okay. Now you don't have to worry about doing everything I'm doing. I just want to show you how I came up with it. Okay. So here you go. Hello. And then love. I'm going to resize. Maybe I'm going to turn it this way. Yeah. I'm going to turn it this way, and then maybe I will make the hello be behind the love a little bit. So these are just all these little things that we do, and it's sort of unconscious at this point for me. So I'm going to cut this card out in black. So it's going to be very hard to write on the inside of the card. So we should probably duplicate this square to put on the inside. So let's duplicate it. But because we want to use this square in a pattern, we need to change that to a different color. So, so we need to change one of these to a different color. Let's go ahead and change it up here. Just to indicate pattern, we'll do it that way. Okay. And then below the hello, I think I'll change back to white. So there we go. There is our whole card. And now we can go ahead and cut it out. And then this part, if you wanted to add a pre-written sentiment, you could certainly do that. Okay. And there it is. That's it. You just designed a card. And you're just keeping in mind some different things: proportion, layering, matting, and then finally size. Okay. And well, another thing that we talk about is color. And sort of not making it too color heavy. So I generally try to design with only 4 colors. And when it comes to pattern paper, I usually only use 1 pattern in my cards. 1, maybe 2, depending on how complex it is. So we go ahead and cut this out. I'm going to show you how to put it together. Let's come on down here. Okay, so this is the card that we're making. Don't look too closely at my poor little ladybug because I got glue all over her face. But isn't it cute? And I kind of like that the little feet and the little antenna are kind of away from the back of the card. And if I had an action wobble around, this would make a good action wobble card. And there it is. Now, my original prototype did not have the mat for the inside and did not have the mat for the front. So you will see me working on that here instead. So here's my card base, which it does have a score. We're just going to fold it like this. Now, to really get a nice sharp crease on a score, we're going to use something, either a bone folder or something like this, a scraping tool, so you get a nice crease there. Okay. And let's see, I know I had it somewhere. I did cut out some white squares, but I don't have it. Okay. So I cut this out. It's kind of gray, and I thought this is kind of cute. I think this is from Doodlebug, and then you got this side or this side. So I kind of like this gray side, so I'm thinking that might work. And then I'm going to take and start putting together my doily piece. So there's the doily piece. And then my ladybug is looking to the left, and there is the piece of the actual black part of the ladybug. I'm going to show you how to put that together. But first, let's do this part. We're going to flip this over. I'm going to take some double stick tape. I like to use double stick tape on the large pieces and then use glue on the smaller pieces. It seems to work better for me. But you can do whatever you like, okay? This double stick tape, by the way, is available everywhere just about. Don't buy a name brand. Go for like value. And I buy it from a supplier on Amazon. I usually get like a dozen rolls for about $10. And that's cool, to me, because it goes a long way, and I only have to buy it like once a year, and I make a lot of cards. So there you go. So if you don't make as many cards as me, you probably have it for more than a couple of years. I'm one of those like buy in bulk persons. All right, so let's do this. We're going to put this right here. Okay, so there's our card base. Let's talk about these bits. And we're going to use glue for these and just stack them together. So it looks like a sun, doesn't it? And then this, the thing about using liquid glue is being precise about location and not using a lot. It doesn't matter the kind of glue you use so much as it matters not using a lot of it. So you see, mine did not squish out, and that's a good thing. So we're going to then glue this to our card base. I'm just going to touch right here. And almost. So we made it to another Friday. Woohoo! Hope y'all have really nice plans for the weekend. I don't. I'm going to be working on a project for my my local community farm. They have a thing coming up this next week called Volunteer Day, and so I committed to Volunteer Day. So here is my hello, and I'm looking around because I don't see the little background square. I mean, how does it happen that I lose pieces? And I'm like, I'm not going anywhere. So all right. So here's my love pieces. Now, this is what I would suggest. This comes in 3 pieces, and you can cut it out in cardstock like this and glue it to there. But my favorite way of dealing with this is cut it out on a piece of vinyl and then using transfer tape. So let's do it that way today for one, and we'll do it the other way. So you get to choose which one is your favorite. So I have a little piece of transfer tape, and I am going to place it on here. I know I'm going to have to cut out a little square to put this under. So here we go. Put this on the transfer tape. I'm going to burnish it with whatever works for you, you see. And that will make it peel from the transfer tape. But we're not going to peel just yet because I have to go and get me a piece of white. Where's my white? Here's a piece of white. So it's not a rounded edge, which I'm not happy about that, but I somehow have lost it. So I'm just going to place it right here, and then I will cut out around it. You won't have this problem, but I have a tendency to lose things in like that are right in front of me. So I'll probably find it when I'm done. All right. And I really should use a ruler for this, but you're going to forgive me because, well, we're live and we're going on the fly with this. Okay. So there's our hello, and let's do the love one. I've got to pick it up first. Hello. Okay, so I'm just going to dot little tiny beads of glue and put this in. So you choose which way you like to do. If you like to do a lot of gluing, then go for this way. If you like something easier, or maybe you don't have steady hands, I like the vinyl way. Plus, it uses up all of the vinyl. Not all of the vinyl, but it helps me use up some of my hoard, okay? My stash. All right. Now let's put together. So we have our hello and our love, and we have our card, and we now have to put together our ladybug. So the ladybug has these cute little antenna and feet, and on the antenna we're going to put just a tiny dab of glue. And let me see if I can find, I don't know if I can find it. Oh, yeah, here. So this is a pickup stick, and I know people were having trouble with finding pickup sticks, the one that I use. So I got this one. You can use this for like for rhinestones and stuff. This is kind of like a wax. So you just go ahead and pick up the piece and pop it in there. You can flip it around so that you get it on there just right without getting glue everywhere. See? So there's me putting on the heart. Keep hearing my guinea pigs. They're expressing themselves. Not sure why. I think because the weather is so nice today. All right. So there is the antenna. And then we're going to take this piece and put it on top. It just creates, it's done in a very dark gray, just so you can see the eyes and mouth and a little bit of the body. All right. So it goes on. Oops. Needs to be moved over just ever so slightly. On. Okay. And then here's her little polka dotted shell. I keep saying her, but you know, it's Ladybug. And they must have male ladybugs, right? These are the things I think about. I know, it's kind of odd. Okay, and I'm also seeing that I'm missing the heart that she's holding. So let's do the cheeks, these little cheeks. Get our tiny little circles. You see I'm not using a whole lot of glue, just a little bit. Like that. Now, this was designed that she has, this is her hands, you see, like that, and then the heart needs to be in the middle. But I'm seeing that I don't have my heart. So what am I going to do? Well, I suppose, I don't know what I should do. What should I do? I think maybe I'm going to put some glitter on there to make the heart, or I'll have to cut another one out. So I'm going to take and put the hands on there and then get some glitter and fill in that heart. I don't know if I have any glitter around here, so we'll just pretend that that heart is filled, okay? But there's an opportunity to embellish, okay? So now let's put it all together. Where is my heart? Pooh. So here's my ladybug, and here are my sentiments. So I think I'll put it like this: hello, and then sort of turn it this way: hello, love. Hello, love. Okay. Now for the ladybug, I think I will use pop dots. If you've never seen a pop dot, they are simply foam dots that give dimension to our projects. And again, these are also available just about everywhere. Dollar Tree has them. All the major craft stores have them. Don't go out on a limb and buy some fancy name ones. I'm always just buying just different ones. And some I like more than others. So this is an example of a pop dot. And where's, boy, I'm losing it this week. This week has been really tough for me for some reason. Oh, okay. These ones here are from Dollar Tree. 2 sheets of, I think it's Dollar Tree, 528 pieces for $1.25. Pretty cool. So all you do is you peel off these, and then this is sticky on this side. So we'll just go ahead. These are little tiny squares, so you can do them wherever way you like. Now you won't be able to do them on the what is that? On the antenna or the feet, because you don't want your pop dot to see through. Also, if you purchased those action wobbles, which I have, but I don't know where mine are, you could use an action wobble on this, kind of like what we did with the B card back a couple months ago. I think it was around Valentine's Day. Action wobbles will look real cute on this as well. Okay, so here is that, and we're just going to place that adorable bug right there. And I'm not sure I like this over here, so I probably should have put the O before the L, like this. But now I have to reglue. All right. Okay, and that is our adorable Hello Love card. Isn't it cute? Do you love it? I will make sure that you get the Design Space file for this. So this is with the mat. This is without the mat. I'm kind of liking the without the mat more, but I do also think that that gray there does give it, like, it really kind of subdues the yellow and the red. Without the mat, I think it kind of reminds me of McDonald's. I don't know why, because of the red and the yellow, I guess. But I don't know. You decide what you want to do, because this is your project. All right. So I will put the new link for the apple blossom in the description, as well as the new link for the ladybug in the description after I get done. And let's see. Also want to remind you that we have a giveaway. We do these giveaways every single month, and I want for you to put your name in, because you have an opportunity to win a prize valued at $250. We have all different prizes. We have a $250 prize, which is the Cricut Mug Press Bundle. We also have a Cricut Bright Pad Go. We have a bunch of the 2x2 mat bundles. So there's a lot of fun and a lot of opportunity to be had for people. So I will put the description in the I'll put the rules, or how to get your name in the description of the video, so that you can just go ahead and get your name in. And yes, you can get your name in every single day until it's over, and it won't be closing until the very end of May. And we will make the announcements on Monday the 30th. So today is Friday the 13th. Oh, yikes. Today's Friday the 13th. And you can, let's see, you can get your name in every single day simply by sharing, commenting, liking, doing all that fun stuff on my YouTube channel. I'm trying to reach my new goal. Last month, or the month before last, we met our goal of 20,000, and now I'm trying, my new goal is 25,000. So it's kind of slowed down a little bit So if you can get the word out, that would be great. Maybe we'll do a giveaway just for getting the word out, huh? So maybe we'll do another cutie giveaway. Everybody want to do a cutie giveaway? We'll do that. So there we go. Yes, you're welcome, Sherry. All right, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I will pop in on Sunday at some time. So I've got some questions here that I'll answer. Gloria's asking, when is the Zoom? The Zoom is next Saturday night, May 21st. Okay, at 7 o'clock. I will post the Zoom in on Facebook and on Patreon. And also don't forget, if you are a patron on Patreon, your name automatically goes in to win a prize that includes a Cricut Cutie that I just choose at random, and a bunch of things from Cricut and from the craft store that I find in my studio. So last month our winner was Jackie English, and actually the package is ready to go. I just haven't mailed it yet, Jackie, and it's probably worth about $100. So if you are a Patreon patron, keep your eyes peeled, because this will get you in for this prize. I'll pick a winner every month. And what else is there? So I think I'll do a cutie giveaway for to sort of get the excitement built for subscribing to my YouTube channel again. Yes, Don, Pinterest inspired ideas. Yeah, we can do that. Maybe depending on how my conversation goes with the folks over at Cricut, maybe we can do Pinterest ideas come to life on Friday. I don't want to step on anybody's toes. I know that used to be something that Melody would do, but it doesn't seem like they're going to continue to do that. So, yeah, we can do that. Pinterest inspired ideas for Fridays, if that works for you guys. Oh, you're new. Hello. Thank you for saying hello. Um, you're new to paper crafts. Well, you are going to learn a lot, Seasons. There's a lot of fun things to do here. Okay, so there we are. We've finished up another week. We did some beautiful cherry blossoms. We learned how to seal our envelopes. We did a vintage card. What else did we do this week? I feel like we did something else, and I don't. Oh, we did print and cut stickers, and then we've got our adorable Ladybug card. So if you missed anything from the week, go back and replay them on YouTube. You can also replay them on Facebook, but I think it's easier on YouTube. And next week we have another full week coming up, and everything that's we're doing next week has totally left my brain. I have chemo brain. It does that. So we will start working on a lot of great cards. But on Sunday, I'll be in to show you the auto press, which will begin to sell on the Cricut.com website on Sunday. So I wanted to show anybody that might have had an interest in that. And so we'll do that on Sunday, and then we'll repeat it on Monday. All right. All right, everyone. I hope you have a lovely weekend, and we will see you on Sunday, hopefully, if not Monday. And I hope you get some crafting in. It's a good weekend to craft, isn't it? All right. Take care, everyone.